We live in a world where gunfire incidents occur every day. The reality is that gunfire incidents can happen anywhere, either outdoors or indoors. At our schools, our places of employment, even our places of worship. In the past few years, unthinkable tragedies have occurred, like the shootings at Sandy Hook Elementary, Virginia Tech, and the Washington Navy Yard. According to a recent FBI study, there were 160 active shooter events between 2000 and 2013 in the U.S., an average of more than one per month. The first calls come into 911 3 to 5 minutes after the shooting begins, and even then, police often get misinformation on the shooter's whereabouts. Quick alerts and the precise location of the shooter are key to protecting victims. Mere seconds can save lives. With 20 years' experience, SST is the global leader in gunshot detection. ShotSpotter is deployed in 90 cities worldwide, relied on and trusted by law enforcement across the country. Now, SST's new security solutions uniquely provide both indoor and outdoor gunshot detection. SST SecureCampus is designed to protect schools, whether K through 12s or university campuses. ShotSpotter Site Secure protects hospitals, offices, government facilities, shopping centers, and critical infrastructure like transportation hubs. Here's how it works. A gun is fired. Multiple sensors throughout a coverage area trigger an audio clip, which is sent to our 24/7 Incident Review Center. Within seconds, the center analyzes the data, confirming gunfire and the precise location of the shooter. With the gunfire sound verified and its precise location identified, an alert is published to police and on-site security personnel, who receive a dot on a map, number of shots fired, and an audio clip. With that, police can immediately dispatch help to apprehend the shooter, aid victims, and collect evidence at the crime scene. What makes our gunshot detection solutions the very best? We provide alerts to shootings both outside and inside, because you never know where the shooting will occur. Alerts are verified by trained acoustic experts who rely on years of experience monitoring thousands of gunshots. Don't you want to know that you've done all you can to protect your people? Protect what's important to you, both indoors and outdoors, with ShotSpotter Security Solutions. Please see our website for more information or call us today.
Are dispatched to the scene.
It's called ShotSpotter. Law enforcement across the country uses it, but I found out that this high-tech gunfire detection system is being used by one college in the entire country, and is right here in our area. Campus shootings.
There has been a shooting in the library.
A gunman opened fire at the Strozier Library at Florida State University.
If anybody has been shot, call 911.
3 people were wounded before police took the gunman down. When shots are fired, seconds can mean the difference between life and death. We traveled 138 miles up Interstate 95 to SCAD, the Savannah College of Art and Design. It recently became the first college in the country to use the gunfire detection system called ShotSpotter. Sensors pick up the sound of gunfire, pinpoint how many shots were fired and where, down to about 80 feet. 30 to 45 seconds later, that information is sent to first responders, all without one call to 911. SCAD uses ShotSpotter's SecureCampus system. Sensors both inside and outside campus buildings monitor and respond if needed.
Someone's firing multiple shots inside a building, we would know what floors they were on.
The technology covers 2 square miles of SCAD's campus, which winds through the heart of downtown Savannah.
It's like a fire alarm in a building. When you walk into a building, you don't expect the building to catch on fire, but that fire alarm is there to protect you. Well, this system's the same thing.
Speeding up response time means getting officers to the scene before a call for help is even made. I went through the police reports from the FSU shooting and found the 911 calls were made 1 minute after the first shots were fired. Another minute went by as dispatch relayed the information to campus police. They arrived 2 minutes later. It took another 7 minutes before the campus-wide alert went out. While most agree the FSU response was fast, Director Bukovich tells me ShotSpotter could speed responses up even more and decrease the time it takes to get the alert out.
We're going to know what's happening on our campus. We can turn cameras to the area. We can send police officers and our officers to an area much quicker.
The shooting at FSU prompted local colleges to review their security. I wanted to know, would any of them consider this technology? Out of all the colleges and universities I reached out to, only Edward Waters College said it would use ShotSpotter if grant money would pay for it. The reason? EWC is located in the heart of Newtown, an area plagued by crime and violence. Here at SCAD, sophomore Chrissy Ekman thinks ShotSpotter was a good investment for her campus.
I feel much safer just having the technology there, again, to be a proactive system.
While technology won't stop a shooting from happening, it could help lead officers to a shooter faster and stop another shot from being fired. ShotSpotter is also installed in parts of Savannah. We know that SCAD pays for its own part of the system. It wouldn't say how much, but we do know the city spends about $135,000 a year to maintain and operate ShotSpotter and is currently seeking a grant to expand it.
Technology is something Bay Area police count on to quickly respond to crime scenes and capture shooting suspects. It uses gunfire sensing microphones to alert police to the location of shots fired. And now the technology is making a big leap here in the Bay Area. And it's a story you'll see tonight on the evening news. But this noon, we do have a preview of how this is making its way into school classrooms now. And CBS's Chris Van Cleve joins us live from our newsroom with a look at how this will work. Chris.
Yeah, thank you very much. We were lucky to get an early look at this technology, and the video you were showing there was actually from a verification test that was done last night at Newark Memorial High School with the police there. The officer was firing off some rounds in a controlled environment to make sure that everything was alerting properly, and it was pretty remarkable to watch. In under a minute, the officer's laptop that would normally be in his police car alerted, made a alert noise, and then you can see up on the map there a dot within 10 feet of where he was standing, showing where the shot was right outside the principal's office.
This is the first school in the country to have it. Why this high school in Newark?
Yeah, first high school in the country to get this, and I think some of it is, one, this was an interest of the district and the local police department to explore this technology. Also, ShotSpotter is a company that is based right by the school, so some proximity benefits likely. Their monitoring center is less than 10 minutes away, so if there's any issues as they're developing and refining this technology, they're right there. The real bottom line for them from the school's standpoint is they look at this as something similar to a fire alarm. They don't expect to ever actually have to use their fire alarm and fire suppression system, but if there is a fire, they're going to be grateful that they have the fire alarm and they have the sprinklers. Same concept here, because, you know, sadly, we know that school shootings are a reality in this country, and if one were to happen, what this means is the police within a minute would know fairly accurately where exactly those shots were fired on what's a 44-acre campus, as opposed to waiting for a 911 call, which can take minutes to be dispatched, and then pulling up to a giant school trying to figure out where you need to go, and the chaos that would likely follow could cost minutes that could cost lives.
Well, as you said, hopefully they never have to use the technology, but if they do, they have it installed there now. Chris, we'll be watching tonight.
That was originally made and meant for the military.
Yes, it's Newark Memorial High School in the San Francisco Bay Area, and it is the first high school to have this technology. So it's called ShotSpotter, and it's designed to pinpoint the exact location of gunfire.
It was first introduced to New York's precincts that experience frequent gunfire, but the school superintendent says it's actually the new wave of safety for students. Wow.
Glad to see they're taking action, but doesn't it just make you sad to think that we have to take
even
those
need that
precautions?
Yeah.
I got nothing.
First high school anywhere in the country to use ShotSpotter technology on campus. A ShotSpotter detects the sound of gunfire and alerts authorities to the area where those shots were fired. KNTV's Noah Walker tells us the principal at that school is a former reserve police officer himself, and he thinks that this is the wave of the future.
Newark Memorial High School is out for the summer. When students return to learn about literature and history, they won't just have surveillance cameras watching over them. This 40-acre campus will have another layer of technology listening for a very specific danger to save time and lives. We asked Newark police to demonstrate. the country's first shot spotter on a high school campus.
It's going to open up and zoom to the location of where the incident occurred on campus.
The shot spotter sends out an alert to smartphones pinpointing exactly where the gunshots were heard. That way, the principal and police, when they get here, can direct students away from the danger.
We look at this technology as the next step of student and staff safety.
The superintendent points out there are fire extinguishers and sprinklers in case of a fire, which rarely happens. So why not a system on campus to minimize the danger from an active shooter? But is far from the most dangerous place. So why here?
Because why not?
School principal Phil Morales points out
it happens anywhere.
Like Columbine and other schools, places that seemed safe until they weren't.
It's not about the school being unsafe or the culture here being so violent. It's just about if it happens, we're prepared.
ShotSpotter wouldn't say how many microphones are on campus or how much the system cost or who paid for it, but the school will pay a yearly maintenance fee. To this school, the peace of mind this extra set of ears provides is priceless.
And God forbid that this technology would have to be deployed, but when it's in place, we believe significant number of lives will be saved.
Noelle Walker, KTVU, Fox